You're listening to Collective Imagination. It is a D&D actual play podcast that takes place entirely in your collective imagination. Your collective imagination, our collective imagination. Keep on imagining, kid. Why don't we go a little backwards topsy-turvy and introduce ourselves the other way?
I'm original.
Hi, I'm Jacob, and I play original box.
So good.
That's perfect.
Wow.
That was good.
Hi, I'm Matt, and I play Aiden.
I got this. I got this so good. Hello. I'm Austin, and I play Zorvan.
You forgot the Dark Elf Cleric.
Oh, yeah.
He says Zorvan the Dark Elf Cleric every time, Sabrina.
I'm sorry. One more pass.
One more pass and action.
Hello. I'm Austin, and I play Zorvan, the Dark Elf Cleric.
Hey, guys. You got this great opportunity to really turn it back on. We're going to start with Austin.
Austin, you have to cry first before you
Hand him some yarn so he can knit too.
All right. My name's Sabrina. And I play Taisha Balthazar.
My name's Anu, and I play Fern.
Actually,
really good. That's really good.
I do have notes. I always say my full name, Anuhea.
Sorry, I gotta do it one more time. Sorry.
You got to bring that up.
I'm Anuhea, and I play Fern.
There you
That
go.
was
Good. That was really good. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, bring it home, Jacob.
Destroyer, Jake.
Hey, I'm Sarah, and I play Lumira Nilo.
You need like a whisper at the end.
First of all, you have to be way closer to the mic than you are. She's basically kissing it. I can see it from this angle.
Good angle, girl.
I do.
And I'm Paco. I've got these whole bunch of chucklers, and we're about to play a game. It's called D&D. Ever heard of it? If this is someone's first exposure to D&D, I feel bad.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Is every day going to be a whole arc?
You're going to level up. You'll be unrecognizable in 1 week's time. You'll be a god in 1 month's time. After that, who knows?
Who knows, man?
Ain't that just so D&D, though?
Is this kind of like that one show? I can't remember the name, but it's like every episode is 1 hour.
24
Yes, that's the one.
with Kiefer Sutherland.
Power.
That's the one.
He gets
Yep.
so much older by hour 6.
It was quite the day.
And that's what this
years.
is why I decided never to get into that field.
Well, it is our kind of own 24. I'm just trying to find a way to naturally bridge it to the intro, but why don't we just go to the intro, huh?
Yeah.
Wooden wheels skip along the empty road up Silverdeep's southern ward. The sun peeks over Castle Delaney, illuminating Middle Street, and Lufric Trunkhilt, the dwarven attendant of the King's Palace, whistles a tune as his horse-drawn carriage nears the place of his recent employ. As his carriage nears the front double doors, Lufric spots one of our heroes trudging on the roadside towards the tavern, and he pulls up behind Iverson on his left. He shouts over to you, Iverson. I didn't realize the king threw such wild parties.
You should have been there, man.
Did you overserve yourself, or...
No, I almost died.
Do you turn to meet him at all?
No, you just keep walking, trudging along the road.
His carriage eventually does pull to a stop, and you reach the double doors before he does.
I think Iverson is going to enter, and he's going to get a drink. It is 7 a.m., but it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Perfect. The double doors swing open into the king's palace, where everybody else is seated around a table. Tanira already standing at the bar, and in fact, she's just bringing out the last of some freshly baked bread. Now, the rest of the party, you all returned to the inn maybe at around 2 a.m. the night before, and you did get the benefits of a long rest, but I'm curious, what did the rest of the evening look like for everybody?
I think that Lumira, once she got back, she grabbed a cup of tea and then tried to offer one to Peridot before heading up to bed.
Fern did her nightly affirmations. just to wind down after such an eventful 24 hours.
Yes.
And she did some stretching.
Rolling out.
Yeah, using just like, the stool in the room and, random things that she's found in the room.
Are the girls in the same room?
Yeah, and Lumira helped me get, good stretching.
Oh,
When they're doing the splits and you push down on their back to make them go deeper.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's exactly what I was imagining.
Come on, guys.
Taisha?
I think Taisha, would Tanira have been up? Probably not, right?
No.
I think she grabs a rag from behind the counter just for a little bit of normalcy and just starts wiping down tables that are probably already
Does
wiped
Taisha
down.
ever eventually sleep, or is she just that?
Yeah,
for the rest of the night?
she eventually sleeps, but she needs to do something familiar.
Yeah.
That's not stabbing something,
Yes.
With Zorvan, would I know if the scroll that I got, like how do you activate it exactly?
Well, for you could roll a DC 10 plus 7, I think, Arcana to cast it.
Oh, okay.
But I don't think I see you reaching for your dice.
No,
I don't think
thought you did
Zorvan
Arcana
wants to
check.
cast
No.
that.
So I've heard the rumblings between the party and how several people are interested. So what I want to do is maybe somehow hide the scroll. And an idea I had, I don't know how plausible this would be, but perhaps making a little notch or some kind of spot that I can hide like inside the staff. My staff, would that be possible?
Yeah, I'd say
that a little
easy
thing?
enough.
Okay, cool.
And so you spend the rest of the evening trying to
Yes.
find just like
Yes, just trying to
ain't
hide it.
nobody. Aiden.
Well, in the fight with Trask, I found out that I had prismatic soul.
Yeah.
So I kind of just sneak away outside and I start experimenting with elements and changing.
I'd say it's a couple unsuccessful attempts before it gets to something successful, but you start the beginnings of try to recreate what you experienced earlier that night.
How long are you going to stay up?
I wasn't planning on sleeping.
I sleep downstairs then. I'm not going to go up to the room. I'm going to just kind of not hidden, but giving him his space, but I want to be around. And it's only a trance, so it's not super long that I need, but I do want to be outside.
One eye on Aiden at all times.
At all times.
And I
guys.
have one eye on Lumira. And I'm also in the, decide to do my skincare routine. I forgot to mention that earlier. And as I'm doing the skincare routine, I glance out the window and I see Aiden practicing things. I don't know what they are.
I think it's mostly
looking at
just
him.
looking at your hands.
If you can imagine me in the middle of cleansing my face and applying moisturizer, I look out the window and I see Aiden just staring at his hands and running back and forth, trying to will things to happen. And I was like, oh, everything seems good here.
Eventually, you reconvene at the bottom of the King's Palace when Iverson rejoins you all looking horrible. Can I say that about Iverson?
Sure. So as he walks through the door, it is still kind of early. He is very disheveled, like obvious signs of I kind of want to go take a nap for a really long time. But not only that, his shirt is a couple buttons loose just because he didn't care to fix it. And he also kind of wished you guys would notice, but didn't at the same time. Where his side of his chest, like his rib placement and everything is dragon scales. It's just opalescent in color, and it looks kind of gross. And yeah,
I look at Iverson walking in quite disheveled, and I can sense that he wants attention. Wow. Does someone go through a little bit of a metamorphosis?
what is wrong with you?
I'm sorry, so did you or not? I noticed you have dragons. Is that dragon scales?
Yeah, it is dragon scales. It's skin graft.
Oh. Do you want to explain?
Well, after I started chasing that guy down, I got to him, but it was a little bit more than I was anticipating. To the point where I was actively being sacrificed to a higher being. I had a rib crushed, and I was near the brink of death. He is dead, rest assured. But I had some help from a man in town. You guys don't know him, but I would like to introduce you guys eventually.
Where is he standing in relationship to the rest of the...
He just opened the door,
He's
so he's
still
kind of
in
just
the
like,
door. Can I go up and grab the bread basket
Yeah.
and just bring him some bread? I think you need this.
This isn't from the bathroom, right?
No, this is a fresh...
Okay, sweet.
You look terrible, by the way.
Yeah,
Eat some bread.
thank you.
As you're sitting down, one person just kind of looking over this entire scene, slack-jawed, and stands up as Peridot. Well, this has been such a lovely evening. Thank you again for the tea. But it doesn't seem appropriate that I'm here anymore.
Will you be seeing Lady Misandry?
Yes, actually. Later today. I had just received a summons not an hour ago.
I really haven't done much for this, but many people in our party have been wanting to get your job back. And so I'm not really quite sure what that conversation has in store, but I'm hoping it's positive.
That contextualizes things a bit more positively. I thought either that or I'm to be executed. So to say that it is more likely the former, well, that is good news to me. And he steps up to leave.
All right, bye, Ori. See you at your house later.
Does Taisha know anything about getting cursed, like from assassins? From specifically drow assassins?
Do I know anything?
Or sacrificed, you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, make a history or religion check. And Zorvan, you can too.
12.
That's a 9.
For both of y'all, you essentially come to the conclusion that, yeah, cults, they do sacrifice stuff all the time. And that's both up here and down there.
Got it.
After Iverson is done eating his bread, I walk up to him and put a hand on his shoulder and start casting a prayer of healing. Iverson, you're going to need some rest, but this will at least help you get to the point before you can rest.
Thank you, Zorvan.
Of course, anytime.
My favorite thing is that he chose to do prayer of healing, which is a 10-minute thing. So it's like, hey,
Oh, 100%.
I hope you know, like, you're gonna need to
100%.
rest. You're gonna need to rest, but let me just help you a little
Let me
bit.
just send one to the big man upstairs.
100%.
Lord,
100%.
10-minute interceding.
100%.
I love that. I love it. It's just he's like, wow, this
cleric,
is gonna
am I right?
be a really great cure wounds, like super quick. And it's like, nah, stay here.
We got 10 minutes.
I'm praying for you.
See, at least he was nice and waited till he finished the bread.
I was
Yeah.
actually thinking, you know what? At least he prayed for him on the spot.
Yeah, right.
You know, instead of
Yeah.
like, you know
I'm
what?
praying for you.
I'll be praying for you.
Like
Wow.
we often do.
Literally. Is there anyone around us right now other than
Tanira. She's
Tanira?
at the bar.
Did Iverson already head up? Not yet.
Okay.
Is he like on his way or is he just kind of hanging out here?
No, he's
He's
hanging
here
out.
for 10 minutes.
He's been here for a good while as you watch Zorvan. Pray for him.
I think Lumire's going to kind of pull him aside. Basically, so Tanira can't overhear. Iverson, I don't want anybody else to tell you this. Because I don't think that it's going to be good news to you. But last night, I raised undead, and the target was Ethelind. Everyone else can overhear this, other than Tanira.
We're so silent, it's not even funny.
Aiden actually gets up and walks out the door.
Why would you do that?
To be honest, I think I was a little bit jealous of you, and how much use you are to the party. And I thought,
So, you desecrated the corpse of Ethlin.
yes,
What did you think was going to happen?
I really wasn't thinking, if I'm being honest. And I think that was the problem.
At this point, Fern is overhearing the entire conversation because she came in close to lay hands during the prayer time. And then as she's witnessing this very brave confessional from Lumira, she goes over and just puts a hand on her shoulder in like a very reassuring way, Speak your full truth.
He's looking at you now.
You're encouraging this?
No, I'm encouraging her to speak her truth to you. This is an important moment. She's being vulnerable
Being vulnerable.
with her flaws.
It doesn't have to be anything big. Really, all I wanted was this knowledge to be known to you by me and not anybody else. I know that it's not good knowledge to have or good news to hear.
You know, I think I have a little concern. It was a pretty quick escape with
It was.
the gas and the lake and things like that. There was a gas. It became a gas and was dropped in a lake, I think.
Or maybe he just floated into the...
Well, eventually he'll come
Universe.
down, no? Because
Unless
your spell...
he goes up through the
Oh, I
gravitational
see.
pull barrier thing.
Well, we'll have to do some space math on that later. But I think my question now remains, Numira, you're not going to do that again, right?
Well, first off,
So
really,
not only did you desecrate his body, now his family won't be able to see him again
Let's be real. I mean,
because
that was-
he's gone. He's a splat. What's wrong with you?
really, I circumvented all consequence in a sense. And in a way, I am grateful that you all afforded that opportunity to me. But this morning, I think I was very sober, thinking of those realities. That his family will not, if he has a family or friends, will not be able to say goodbye.
Whoop-de-doo. Congrats. You self-realized this morning, and his family's going to have to live with that because of your mistakes.
Iverson, have you never done anything that you're ashamed of?
Do it again around me, and I promise I'm going to put a bullet in your head.
All right. Sounds like I touched a bit of a soft spot.
Okay, I think that's a lot. I think it's a lot. I will say, you didn't answer my question. You're not going to do that again.
Okay, yes. I don't know. My nature and relationship with this type of magic is not something that I was curious about until I felt it choose me. But in all honesty, I don't know.
All right, it is way too early in the morning to have all of these conversations. We've already threatened lives. You are talking about necromancy again, and we are just, this is feeling like an unsafe place. So why don't we get more food and drink in us, and then we will go from there.
Aiden, you're outside of
Yeah.
the tavern, having left as this conversation was escalating. You're there for a moment before pulling this very ornate, well-decorated, well-built carriage, or these two large oxen-like animals. And an elderly man sitting at the front, driving this carriage, brings it to a stop in front of the king's palace, looks down at you.
Young sir, I do believe that you were at the castle last night.
I think so. Yeah, that was me.
Where is your adventuring party?
Oh, they're inside.
So do you want to get them, or do you want me to get them?
Who are you?
Oh yes, Ernan of the Stormwinds.
Oh, okay. You're the little boy's martial arts master?
In a way, I do a lot more than that.
Oh, okay. I'll go grab Taisha.
As this conversation kind of comes to a halt, Aiden enters back in.
Taisha, hey, your nemesis's master's outside. Or your master? The
I-
old guy?
Yeah, I don't know how that actually operates. Hold on 1 second. I ran outside.
Oh yes, Tasha.
So close.
There's a lot more than just two of you, correct?
Oh, you want all of us?
Oh yes, please.
You just called me. Okay, 1 second. Hey guys, he wants all of us out here. Come on.
Before we go out, I Zorvan quickly says
Amen.
to the
He was still praying while actively threatening.
I was like
Lumira's
wincing
life.
the entire time.
Hedge of protection.
Over who we don't know himself.
Listen, guys, I know this was very heated, but it's of utmost importance that we do not repeat this. There are laws, so please.
Thank you, Zorvan.
As you all rejoin outside, you all see the same sight. These two thick beasts pulling this crazy-looking carriage. It is painted white with a gold and green trim, and Ernan has now helped himself off of the carriage to be standing in front for you all.
Well, first of all, I am very glad that I am not too late and that you all have not left on your quest yet. I come bearing gifts from Lady Missandre.
Oh, shoot, was that today?
And he just kind of motions to all of it.
The cards?
The cart. Yes. And I'll just read this so that, no one's asking. If you want to note it down now, you can, what you get. It's a covered carriage. It's got Silverdeep's colors. The inside of the carriage is outfitted with a workbench. And you kind of open up some of the drawers and you just find crazy amounts of supplies. 500 gold pieces worth of supplies. If, let's say, Lumira wants to do some scribing, or Iverson wants to do some crafting, or XYZ, you're able to use this supplies bench. And there's also 6 pouches, each containing 250 gold pieces. One for everyone.
What's the square footage of this wagon?
12 by 7.
Oh, that's a big space.
Yeah, it's spacious. You can stand, but you're a little hunched. The taller people are a little hunched. I think Zorvan's cool. Zorvan established that he is 5'4".
5'5".
5'5".
I'm 5'1", so this
Yes.
is perfect.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just go around the table and say how tall we are.
I'm 5'1".
5'1", 5'4",
6'3".
5'5".
5'5", 6'3", Iverson, okay.
Pretty sure I'm 5'8".
5'8".
I'm 5'10".
I think I'm 5'11".
Whoa.
Wait, I don't know if
All
Zorvan
shapes
could
and
even
sizes.
reach Iverson's shoulder.
Well, he was sitting down. He was,
Oh, okay,
yeah.
all right.
5'5" people can reach 6'3" people's shoulders.
Really?
On their tiptoes.
Iverson doesn't hunch anyways. He's the one driving the cart.
As you all are kind of looking over some of this stuff, Ernan comes up to you, Zorvan, specifically.
Zorvan,
Yes, hi, hello.
I returned to my study last night in deep consideration of your loss. Lanthos, he was an amazing teacher, and though I've never met him personally, I considered myself a student of his as well.
Really?
And I don't know if you have ever received any of his written teachings, but I have this for you.
And he has this kind of thick leather tome
Wow.
that has Lanthos's sermons, words, thoughts, meditations, all placed inside.
Cannot thank you enough.
Well, the pleasure is mine, and it is only right that it belongs to a student of his proper. But you'll find an inscription on the front. It's from a friend of mine who actually is an Ikora. She is a former court teacher as well. And as you open the tome, you see a name inscribed upon it. Make a history check.
To read.
I'm trying my different dice this time. 16.
With a 16, it's a name you recognize. Istinia. She was a court teacher in Cassadan when you still lived in Half-Light. A lot of her teachings were based around self-discipline, very much enlightenment-focused, transcending self-indulgences and all that kind of stuff.
Nice.
And the inscription is very much like from a friend to a friend, but she does mention that she's in Ikora, particularly for Ernan to meet her at Hillspire's Tavern. And as you're reading over that, Ernan says,
Yeah, I never did find the time to take her up on that offer. But perhaps if you're in the area, you can meet her yourself.
Once again, I cannot thank you enough. This might sound a little odd, but the child that you are mentoring, does he have any likes? Could I bring him something back as a token of my gratitude?
Yes, he very much has a bit of a sweet tooth. I don't allow him to indulge often, but, you know, he is a martial artist, but he's also 11.
Perfect.
Well, I should not be stopping you all from getting on your way.
Do you need a ride back
I
or
was
something?
just about to say that. Were you just
No.
gonna walk?
I mean, and he kind of points up Middle Street. It's only a couple hundred feet to the bridge.
Well, we could give you a lift.
No, you have questing to do. Don't let me interrupt
It's
you.
only a couple hundred feet.
Please go on your quest.
Why did your voice change? You sound like a much younger person.
Ernan leaves. He leaves.
Let him leave. Let the man go.
And you all outfitted with transportation have a quest to discuss, correct?
Yeah, can we talk about the carriage a little bit?
What do you want to know?
Nothing. But I'm assuming you said that there's all the things we might need.
Within reason.
Okay, so I'm just wondering, what is the skincare like in here? And should I leave the tavern testing skincare back in the tavern?
The complimentary.
The complimentary skincare from the tavern.
It's way better. It's way better, but it's going to cost you like 2 gold pieces a day.
What?
Yeah. This is some expensive stuff.
Now added to my minor magics list. Skincare for ferns.
I would be so thankful. Don't you feel like it's so much better to just focus on this good positive energy instead of dipping your toes, fingers, and everything else into death?
Fern, I do have a question for you, actually.
Yeah.
Have you ever been in like a self-exploratory phase?
You're asking
I am
the
over
mushroom girl then?
100 years old.
Wow.
Yes.
So, like, how do you, know what's what's
What
good?
kind of conversation are we
What's-
going to have
what's
here?
good and what's bad? I feel like maybe when other people tell me something's bad, that maybe that's a good indication. But like, how else do you know?
I'm going to just start off with saying I am so sorry. The truth is, at this stage of your life, it truly doesn't matter what people say to you. You're going to do what you're going to do. But I need you to just keep in mind, there's always a wiser path to take. All right? Sometimes what feels good in the immediate is not always the best for us. So, you mentioned feeling good about this power that you unlocked. Don't be controlled by the feelings. Master them. All right, let's go look at the stuff here.
Should we each grab a pouch of gold, or did you guys want me to hold it? Or
I truly only trust you with
There
money,
are
so
6
yes.
pouches, Sorvan. I will be taking one of them.
Yeah, a little eager, buddy.
Wait, why are you so eager?
I mean, not to. You know what? Never mind.
You can hold Aiden's.
Sus.
What do you mean? I already have mine.
I think while everybody's talking, Iverson is already in the front seat, and you hear, "Yeah!" As you better chase after the cart, or you're gonna be left
I
behind.
want to be honest.
thought I was in
Aiden
the
was
cart.
already
Yes, if
lying
you're
down
in the cart, then
I was
you're
in
safe.
the cart and I get thrown back from the
Athletics
force.
check. Athletics check.
Yeah, acrobatics to not fall on your face.
I actually think before you got into the front seat, I was like headed towards the front
12.
seat, and I'm like, oh, you.
Yes, me.
I mean, I also can I sit by you or like peek out
Okay.
the curtain to see how you drive? Because I don't know how to yet, but I will. I thought that I could just go.
Sure, I guess whatever you want to do.
Go.
Tasha and Iverson in the front. Fern and Lumira, I heard those numbers.
They're not
y'all.
good. They're
You,
not
but
good.
you
12.
both fall over.
I fall over and into my lap lands some skincare. Free of charge.
Truly not how this
Zorvan-
works.
And I kiss the bottle of moisturizer and go,
Sorvan
the
got a
elixir from the
24,
gods.
so I'm sprinting after that cart and jumping in.
Iverson snaps on the reins, sending the carriage flying, a few people toppling over, Zorvan chasing after it to jump into the back. And just as quickly as y'all arrived, y'all are on your way. The carriage takes off down Middle Street. Eventually, you all pass the divining gates that you had entered into Silverdeep through not too long ago. You see lines of carriages being readmitted, and you notice significantly more Silver Knights posted at the gates than when you had first arrived at Silverdeep. And eventually you start to pass through the farmlands. The Maradon, the two beasts that are carrying this carriage forward, they begin grunting a bit more because you guys are cresting up the hill towards the Arkenwoods. I'm going to do a roll real quick. And as you all start to see Silverdeep fade into the horizon behind you, you notice the skies have been a bit more gray this morning. And as you reach the Arkenwoods themselves, it picks up into a consistent downpour.
Can we say on the carriage, so we're sitting up in the front, right?
Yes.
Iverson and Taisha are sitting up in the front, that the back behind us is kind of like a little flap of curtain?
Yeah, you could enter and
Exit that way?
pretty easily.
Okay, awesome. So I kind of like flip it over to talk to everybody. So if anyone can just remind me what the plan is. So we have to meet the right hand, right? Dorian. And then isn't your partner or something there as well?
Mentor, yeah.
Yes.
Oric's there.
So that is in Ikora
That's correct. That's the
currently,
city.
and it's going to take us 2 weeks to get there?
About.
About. What are we doing?
I think we're going to be passing through some towns that we've passed through before. So if there's anyone that we'd like to talk to or anyone we'd like to update.
But isn't this very time sensitive?
A conversation or two is not going to impede on our time. I'll make sure of it. We'll
Okay.
stay on schedule.
Okay.
Do you guys need jackets up there?
I'm good right now. I like the rain.
Can I continually ritual cast detect magic? So if there's anything that pops up, then, along the road.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
So you're keeping
It's
that
hard to
active just for the travel.
Yes, yeah.
You all continue traveling down the Arkenwoods. The nature of the forest itself has small tinges of magic on it. And from where you're at, it almost looks like an aurora borealis traveling alongside the cart. The rain doesn't let up for the entirety of the first day of travel. And as it starts to reach around when twilight would be, the rain still does not let up. In fact, it starts to pick up. And as you're nearing the first night, Taisha and Iverson, if you can make perception checks.
Natural 20
Oh.
with +4, 24.
Okay.
7.
7. What's got Taisha so distracted?
I think it's really she's trying to pay attention to how Iverson controls the Maradon. And so okay, it's that move and then okay, this is how he slows it down. Yeah.
As Taisha is more so fixated on how you're managing this carriage, you see over on the right hand of the road is Lufric's Tavern. Now, it's not in use, at least not professionally, but one thing you notice out front is 2 horses. With a 24, you see on the horses themselves are white fabric with gold and green trim.
That's official Silverdeep colors, right?
Yep.
Do we want to stop for the night?
Stop in the tavern?
Yeah.
I mean, that's probably better than
Out in the open?
yeah.
I agree.
As you pull over to the side of the road, make your way over to the door itself, continuing off of your previous perception check, you see that the lock has been kicked in.
So the 2 horses are in front of Lufric's.
Yeah.
Okay.
Weren't there spies among the ranks in Silverdeep?
When was that discussed?
Oh, they talked about Primordia infiltrating Silverdeep's borders.
These are official colors.
Well, I suppose that infiltrated to me means among the ranks.
I'm gonna do a perimeter check.
Make a stealth check first,
Okay.
and then an investigation check.
I like to peer into a window.
19 for stealth.
Okay. And then investigation.
14.
With a 19, you use the cover that the rainfall is providing you to kind of weave from window to window. Fern, you're also able to peek through a window a little bit more nearby. You roll a stealth check while I continue to resolve this.
7.
Taisha, from the back window as you're working things in, you lock eyes with Fern,
Oh god.
who's like half-faced, totally visible.
Get down. Just slowly moves away from the window.
But you do see a very faint firelight coming from inside. You rejoin the rest of the party.
Taisha, I can cast invisibility on you if you'd like to get a little bit closer.
I say we just go inside.
Are you sure?
If this is somebody who's not on our side, then we can deal with them.
Okay, I will follow.
Iverson opens the door.
The door creaks open a bit quickly. You see seated in the center around the campfire with like just embers of a campfire are 2 silver knights. They're both facing towards the fire, trying to get what warmth they can. One of them looks like a human man, maybe about 20 to 25 years old. And the other one looks like a larger dragonborn, white-scaled woman.
Excuse us.
As soon as you say that, the human picks up the weapon next to his side, points at you.
Stop. Stop.
Fellas, we're also part of Silver Deep's knighting group. We're official as of a couple of days ago. We're the Copper Guard. He flashes the copper signet that they have.
Make a persuasion check.
It's not anything gold. 8.
He maintains his stance.
By order of the Paragon, don't take another step.
By order of the Paragon, also, we are not going to hurt you. We're just on our way to give a message to the Silver Knight,
Court Hand Dorian.
Court Hand Dorian in Ikora. We're just stopping here for the night.
As you say that, you see the dragonborn woman kind of reach a hand out to like push the man's spear down.
You can come in, but please, just keep silent.
Why?
In first, then we'll talk.
Would you allow me to have detect magic on during this moment?
Yeah.
Do I detect magic anything?
You don't see anything of significance on them.
Iverson would walk back to the cart and bring out the sanctuary stone and just carry it inside.
Okay.
I'm wondering if I can tell what the situation is inside here, kind of what.
Roll an insight check.
8.
You're a bit preoccupied on your ritual casting to be able to fully focus in on their emotional states, but it doesn't seem to be good.
Can I do one?
Yeah, go for it.
14.
They're not hostile to you, but it more so is just concern. Do you head inside?
Yeah.
You grab the sanctuary stone. Eventually, everyone's ushered inside, and as you do so, she motions for the human Silver Knight to close the door. And he does so, keeping his eyes looking out the window the entire time that he does it. The room is dark. The firelight does not provide any illumination. It's more so trying to keep some semblance of warmth for those who have been stuck out inside the rain, and it's welcoming to you, having been stuck outside in the rain to some degree.
What's going on? Is there something outside?
You see the human kind of look at you and look at the dragonborn woman. They share somewhat of a glance that is kind of screaming like, do you want to say it or do I?
Where is the rest of your party?
It's just us. We were just out on patrol. You all being adventurers, I'm sure you know the dangers that come out at night.
Why don't everybody make a history check?
I do know the dangers that come out at night.
19.
If it's anything similar, at least.
Looking for 15s now?
You said history, right?
Yep.
21.
Yeah, 21 for me too.
9.
Okay. 9.
Yeah.
No.
I got a 10.
10.
16.
16. 16, 19. You know that he's talking about Nightwalkers. 20 and up, Nightwalkers haven't been seen for like a better half of a decade. They've been reduced more so to cautionary tales meant to scare young adventurers out on the roads.
Can I make an insight check to see to try to suss out why they're so scared? Is it because of these tales, or is it because they themselves have seen something?
Make an insight check.
16.
This is not a theoretical fear. Theoretical fear doesn't have you kicking in the door of a tavern
Right.
you don't know. The dragonborn woman gives a bit of a glare to the human, who is a lot more like visibly shaken up.
You saw it, didn't you?
I don't fully know what I saw,
This is the Arkenstag's Woods, after all.
which means I shouldn't be seeing anything.
What did you see?
I can't fully explain the shape, the form, but you know the feeling when something's chasing you.
And when you came upon the tavern and came in, it stopped chasing you?
I don't know.
I see.
I want to make a perception check outside.
I'm doing too.
What's Zorvin and Aiden up to here?
Do we see? Is his name is Lufrig, right?
Lufric isn't here.
Or okay, so his tavern was just completely empty.
Yep.
He works at Silverdeep now.
This place is abandoned.
Natural 20 for 24.
21.
The rain makes things a little difficult, and you notice that the rain got harder, like over the last 10 minutes or so.
As we're doing this, and I'm sure that everybody is, but like having everybody get low, like below the like sitting down on the floor kind,
Yeah.
you know? And I'm kind of standing, my back pressed up against the wall and just like looking out the window. Making sure that I'm not
I think
seen.
Iverson is very much doing the same, but like around a pillar corner with like his gun trained, taking a glance.
I can illuminate the woods if you need me to.
No.
The tree line.
No.
No.
You both keep looking out, looking for something, looking for anything. You look up towards the sky to see the rain getting a lot harder. And at once, lightning crashes. And in that brief moment of illumination, you see 5, maybe 7 dark humanoid figures that as soon as that light disappears from the bolt, they disappear as well.
Outside?
How far?
You can't exactly tell, like, it's probably between 50 and 60 feet. It was a split
Right.
second. Honoring that nat 20, they were situated in such a way that they're trying to get as close as they can to you all. But there's something within your possession that's keeping them from getting too close.
I look at Iverson. So you don't have to like activate that sanctuary stone? It's just wherever you go?
It's always on.
How far?
It's a 100-foot radius.
Oh, good. The animals are protected.
The human looks at you. You have a sanctuary stone?
I brought it in here. Look at it.
Well, I'm thankful that you carried it, but why did you carry it?
We don't do perimeters. We do cross country.
This never was a problem in Silverdeep. In Argent.
Because of the Arkenstag.
More than that, because of, and he's interrupted by the Dragonborn. Because our people don't fear.
What do you mean?
Fear. It's the main driving point behind the Nightwalker's appearances. And you see the human kind of like look at her with a scoff. No, don't listen to her. That's just superstitions.
And Nightwalkers were superstitions just a moment ago.
The Nightwalker is very real. I was almost sacrificed to him not too long ago.
What?
This is all new information.
What? The Dark Elves are worshipping the Nightwalker?
That dark elf was worshiping the Nightwalker. I can't say the same for the rest of them.
Taisha, your mind's flash back to the contingency. Elric and the remainder of the assassins, their body fading away. There's a consistency among all of those dark elves that you're able to draw your own conclusions from.
Is this a new thing for the Malthazars?
Roll a history check with advantage.
Natural 19 for 20.
No one in your family was particularly religious when you were a kid. Especially no one was worshiping some deity of Itzalan darkness.
Well, it sounds like we could either stay here and they could stay out there, or we could go out there and take care of them.
No.
I prefer staying inside.
The two silver knights kind of look up at you and say, I second. I third.
Let's stay dry by the sanctuary stone.
Should I illuminate the space inside here?
No, stop trying to illuminate spaces.
We need to see.
No, we don't.
It's not like they don't know where we are.
It sounds like we're all a little bit afraid right now of what's going on outside, but it seems like we're safe.
I thought we decided to come into this tavern because we're going to rest. Why don't we just take advantage of the fact that they can't get closer to us because of the sanctuary stone? We rest, and then we revisit this when we're all rested.
I second. We'll even gladly take a watch.
Perfect. I think we should split them up, though.
I am letting you know, DM, Tasha's not sleeping tonight. I do not trust these people.
Well, then let's settle on watches.
All right.
I think Tashi should go with the Dragonborn chick.
We should probably all take individual watches. I'm not going to trust any one single person with them.
Okay.
So two of us per one of them.
Yeah. I will do mine with Zorvan. I'll be up the whole time, but I will be really keeping my eye on them when I'm not on my post.
Okay. So let's dedicate that to watch 1, Taisha, Zorvan, and the Dragonborn. Okay, watch 2.
Aiden, Iverson, and let's go with the other guy.
Fern and Lumira for the third watch. Well, then let's start with the first watch, Taisha and Zorvan. If you can make perception checks, one of you with advantage. The Dragonborn lady is offering help action.
All right, 22.
15.
All right, 22 and 15. You're sitting around the campfire for a time. There's a bit of a silence that starts to grow awkward before the Dragonborn lady says, so are you all recent inductees contracted to the Silver Knights?
You could say that. We're known by the Copper Guard.
And what about you?
Well, Sergeant Vera.
How long have you been in service to Silverdeep?
Just about 7 years.
Could I perception that?
Insight?
Insight, yeah.
Yeah, go
Can
for
I
it.
just stare her down?
16.
You can ask one question about her.
Is she like telling the truth about like her service and everything?
Yeah, you could tell that she's being forthright with everything that she's saying,
Okay.
but her eyes dart around the place very nervously as she says it.
Are you anticipating something? I mean, I think we are fairly protected here.
Yeah, I'd suppose so. I am sorry if I'm on edge. It's just I've never encountered Nightwalkers before.
I say in Undercommon, did anyone speak to you?
She looks between you two like, are you talking to each other?
She genuinely looks like she doesn't understand me.
She genuinely looks like she doesn't understand you.
In Undercommon, Zorvan, I think they have been compromised.
How do you figure?
The Nightwalkers would have known that they were here this whole time. I get a bad feeling about it. And then I laugh.
Make a deception check with advantage.
Natural 18 for a 17.
You catch her kind of staring slightly furrowed browed at what you're saying before she catches you looking at her. Sorry, I'm not trying to be nosy or anything, but
No, I'm sorry. I was just, I'm chatting here with my brother. So you've been on perimeter watch for how long now?
Just for the past couple days.
Have you stayed in this tavern this whole time?
No. First, we were down at Bastion Fell. We had intended to stay there and leave till morning. There is a couple places that you can find some respite
Yes.
in the forest, but we were unlucky and didn't make it back to Silverdeep in time. After a small while, the human wakes up. Vera, you can take your rest now.
Is it watch switch?
It's just about time for watch switch.
Okay. I move to the corner of the room and
Keep an eye.
just
on
keep an
things.
eye. Have both my daggers in my hands.
Does Iverson have the like?
It's in the middle of the room.
Oh, it's just in the middle of the room.
Yeah.
And are we keeping watch outside or just right at the door?
The perception check is for everything.
Okay. And the horses would be covered.
Yep.
Within that. Could I, before the watch is over, could I just go check out the horses?
Yeah, if you really want to.
Yes.
Remind me what your perception roll was.
22.
Yep, 22. You look out the front window. You see the two horses. You see your guys' carriage, the Maradons. Everything looks pretty okay before another crack of lightning. And just beyond the path, you see the same thing that Taisha and Iverson saw. They're standing as close as they could stand. And there's something comforting in that. And there's something just extremely, spine-tingling about that.
Do the, after Taisha speaks to me about something being off in their eyes, do I see something similar for the horses?
The horses don't seem to be off. You don't know to what degree that's because they're a horse, or to what degree that's because they're mind controlled. I don't know.
Okay.
Okay, fair.
Can I wake up from my trance?
You still have a couple hours before your watch, but are you also participating in watch too?
No.
You can wake up at this time, no
Okay.
matter what.
Okay. The lightning crack jolts me awake.
Yes.
Are you outside?
I think we're looking through the
Yeah,
window,
you're
right?
just standing at the window.
Yeah.
It would have been the same window that you were looking
Okay.
into.
Okay, I'm going to do something a little bit ballsy. I'm going to step out of the tavern because I'm very curious about the horses. And I'm going to do speak with animals.
Okay.
It'll last for 10 minutes.
Okay. What do you say to the horses?
Prepare your horse once.
That's good.
Are the horses startled at all by the lightning?
They look uncomfortable to be out in this weather. There's no stable or anything for them to feel like.
How are they like? Are they attached to anything?
There's a post,
Okay.
out front.
Okay, so I just walk towards them and I go, whew, trying to calm them down. And I gingerly put my hand towards one of them.
Make an animal handling check.
Okay.
You think we're going to get through this without an animal handling check? Come on, this is our one chance.
Handle those animals, girl.
18.
Wow. You reach out your hand and it moves sharply for one moment, causing you to pull back at 1 second before you are able to make contact with the horse.
It's okay. It's okay. Hey, can I ask you a couple questions?
Yeah, sure. I don't know what a horse sounds like.
That's good.
Good horse. That's a good horse.
So you guys have been doing perimeter watches?
For the last couple days.
Okay. Your riders seem very afraid. Are you also afraid?
They're afraid. They're inside. They have a fire. I'm standing out here. We're standing out here. The other one goes, yeah, we're standing out here. And countless eyes stare at us.
Countless? What do you mean?
The thunder cracks and, briefly illuminating between both of your faces. Just 15 to 20 now. Just standing at the perimeter.
Okay. Wow. Didn't know we had quite the audience here. So how long have they been here?
Since the sun fell.
All right. Well, I know it's hard to imagine because you guys are cold and exposed right now, but we're going to be okay. Is there anything that we need to know, me and my friends, that we need to know about your riders? Can we trust them?
They feed me, but they also leave me out in the rain.
And so they're not all good.
The other one just kind of goes, it's cold.
All right.
I'm this close. Sabrina is this close to bringing these horses.
I want to bring the
inside.
horses inside too, but then I feel bad for our animals. So, is there any food in our wagon?
Yeah, you have hay and supplies and stuff to
Okay.
feed your own animals.
Can I just take a little bit?
Yeah.
Is there like an apple or something that I can give them? A granola bar, maybe?
That 500 gold pieces of supplies is going to turn to 499.
Perfect.
Yep.
It's worth it for these poor horses.
Apple is a gold piece.
We round up here, Sabrina.
In
I
in
thought it
this
was
economy,
for sure. It was 1 copper.
Get 10 apples then.
Okay.
En esta economía?
I come back with a couple of handfuls of apples for them.
Yeah.
In an attempt to, make them slightly more comfortable, but also ingratiate myself towards these horses.
Make a persuasion check with advantage because apples.
I was about to say.
7.
With
Oh, wait. I'm sorry. 8.
you give the ant the apples and he kind of whips his head away, not really accepting or wanting to eat them.
It's too cold for me to enjoy any. Just leave them here.
Okay.
I'll enjoy them in my own time.
Sure. I line them up on the post as well as I can. They're just sort of balancing there.
As you do so, thunder cracks one more, and there's even more.
What time of the evening is it?
It's about midnight.
Midnight. There's so much more night left.
Yeah.
Okay.
You head back inside?
I give them two little pats on their noses. All right. Can I tell they're boys?
Yeah, they're boys.
Okay. Be good boys. Eat your apple.
If a horse could look at you like, really? This horse
I
would
go,
be looking
be
at
good
you.
boys. Eat your apples, and you're gonna be okay.
And as you're walking back in, you hear another voice go, psst.
So, a voice coming from behind me.
Yeah.
I very slowly turn.
It's the two Meridons going,
Okay.
Apples?
Oh, okay. Sorry, my bad.
Are you just giving them away?
No. So I go and give them apples too.
You give them apples
Even
as well.
more, double the amount of apples.
497. I don't know what to tell you.
Paco, you scared ever living daylights out of me when you
And
made
then-
that stupid noise.
I go up to the two Meridons
Meridons, yeah.
and I give them little kisses on their
Aw,
noses.
Animal handling. We're milking this animal handling with advantage because apples
19.
gives you a bow. Thank you.
Aw.
Accepts the kisses.
They accept the kisses.
And you enter back into Trunkilt's Tavern just as the watch is changing over.
I think now is a good time to tell them that they've multiplied. I go, by the way, your horses are mad at you because you didn't let them inside, but they're good. Everyone's good. There's a lot of Nightwalker guys out there, just so you all know. 10 times the amount that we saw earlier. Roughly. I didn't really count.
You see the human guy start to slowly turn over to the Dragonborn lady, and you see tears as he puts his hand over his mouth to try and stifle his own scream.
wigging out, bro.
See, we gotta be careful. He's gonna do something chaotic.
So who's up now?
It is Aiden, Iverson, and the human.
I'm gonna trance again. My work here's done.
Yep, go back to it, girl.
Okay. As we're switching, I'm going to go up to Iverson really quick, very quietly. What language does he speak?
Common, undercommon, infernal, and primordial.
I'm basically going to say habla inglés, kind of to the guy, but in undercommon.
Yeah. He looks at you like what?
This boy's just crying and trying not to pee himself right now.
Okay. I'm going to say to you in undercommon, I'll be up. I'm just getting a really bad vibe. Maybe they are just scared, but I don't like the look of their eyes. And then I laugh.
He nods and he goes to the campfire to sit down.
All right. Aiden and Iverson make perception checks. Neither of you with advantage because this man is not helping anything.
You know when you're so scared that your teeth start chattering?
Oh, yeah.
That's how I feel right now.
Girl, me too.
23 with a natural 19.
Nice.
15.
You start the watch looking out the door. You do see what Fern described. It's like if they're doing Ring Around the Rosie around the tavern, they could, and they would.
Well, Aiden, this is very unfortunate for us.
I'm gonna speak in Undercommon to.
Speak Undercommon too? Who doesn't speak Undercommon?
I don't.
If you want to ask him questions, I'll use Detect Thoughts.
Iverson nods and he motions for them to sit down.
He's regained some of his composure and is just looking at the fire.
What's your name?
Stran Roseward,
You grow up in Silverdeep?
born and raised.
Okay. Why'd you join the Silver Knights?
Well, I didn't have much of an aptitude for the arcane arts. It's either this or labor.
Be honest with us. What are you guys really running from?
I already casted Detect Thoughts.
As you do that 1-2 punch, you asking what are you really running from, you feel the fear he's felt every night while being on patrol.
That sucks.
This is his first patrol.
Oh, God.
Poor guy.
It just, you seem very unseasoned.
Well, yeah, because I am. I don't have pride.
They don't train you better for these kind of things, and
We haven't seen Nightwalkers in nearly a decade. And for good reason. Paragon kind of inspires bravery in your heart, doesn't he?
so what are you gonna do about it after this? You gonna report back right home?
If we make it,
What do you mean if we make it, man? I'm right here.
make a persuasion check.
18.
With an 18, you see him kind of settle into his seat just a little bit more. I became a Silver Knight because I thought I wouldn't have to do anything like this. If I wanted to be on the road, I would have just turned to adventuring. There's at least more gold in it.
Depends.
Have you ever seen the Sanctuary Stone?
No. I never really had a use for it since I was a kid.
This isn't something they give you on patrols?
Again, no one's seen Nightwalkers for the better part of 10 years. You kind of lose some redundancies over time. Why are they here?
There's some weird stuff happening. Stuff that I can't even explain right now. Never in my life have I, maybe once or twice, but I've never really heard of the Nightwalker. Until I almost died.
They say that all the little Nightwalkers that you'd see were just all eyes for the Nightwalker.
We got a lot of eyes around this place, man. Iverson looks out the window again. Has it grown?
Not by significantly much, but it's now a horde.
I want to speak Undercommon again to Iverson. I'm going to ask him, I said, do you want me to put him to sleep?
Nah. He's okay.
It looks like he needs to rest.
Then ask him if he wants some magical sleep.
I look at him and I say, I can play you a song to make you feel better and fall asleep if that would help.
Is our watch done?
No, but you look freaked out.
Yeah, I am. Sure.
Okay,
If y'all are comfortable taking the rest of the watch, then
that's fine. I'm going to go get some water from the cart. And when I come back, I'm basically going to use creation magic and I'm going to create sleeping powder. I'm going to put it in his water. And then I'm going to play a song and he's going to fall asleep.
you're able to produce something that's not like magic.
Nah, let's hit him with the
Level.
melatonin.
Yeah, the creation equivalent of melatonin is you rub your hands over the glass, it just falls like dust into the water.
And then I start playing my lute.
drinks that
And
down.
just because I feel bad, I give him a bardic inspiration.
Aw, that's very nice of you. Given enough time, he falls asleep. Eventually, your watch comes to a close. Fern, as you're roused awake, and Lumira, awakened from your trance as well.
Were you just playing?
I just played something to help him fall asleep.
Can that play by itself? Or you gotta operate it?
Yeah, these two hands. What can I say? Okay, good night.
Would have been nice to have some background music, but that's okay.
Perception checks.
They have since quadrupled in amount.
18.
Lumira, you check outside the window. You look over at the crowd that has gathered. As you move your head over to kind of look a little bit more, you see that every set of eyes turns slightly to lock with yours.
I'm going to message a creature I see.
What do you message?
What are you looking at so fervently?
I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. 11.
As you finish the message and open your mind up to what they have to say, it feels like static starting to build up before all at once the force of 50 creatures of darkness just screaming. You take 10 points of psychic damage, and you are knocked back towards the center of the room. Fern, you see that happen. You see her fall back. And Taisha, you too.
I run to her. It's obviously shocking. It's enough to jolt me awake.
Cue the gasps.
Wait, what did I miss? And I'm looking towards Taisha to see if she had saw something that I didn't see. Did you see anything?
Did I see something?
If you're sitting in the corner, you're like kind of looking up at Lumira, looking out the window, and you just see her like fall back.
All right. Well, I'm gonna cast Healing Word. 7.
Oh, thank you.
Do we know the parameters of like Sanctuary Stone?
Make a history or arcana check.
6.
It's a neat piece of artifice, man.
What the hell happened?
I think they're looking at me.
What did you just do?
Did you steal anything?
What?
Do you have anything on you?
No.
Okay, what do you mean that they're looking at you?
When I looked outside, it looks like all of their eyes shifted
Okay,
towards me.
Fern goes to test it to see if it'll work on her.
Make an insight check.
14.
They're not really looking at anything. They're just looking at the middle distance, basically.
Okay.
Okay, wait. Look at when I step in front of the window. Okay, watch.
I don't think you should step in front of the window anymore.
Okay, you try step in front of the window. See what happens.
No.
Why? They didn't look at me. I want to see if it's literally just her. I was out there talking to horses, and none of them were looking at me.
I step in front of the window.
Roll an insight check.
Plot twist. Taisha's nearsighted.
19.
They're not looking at you.
Okay. What's on you? Empty your pockets, girl.
No, I'm going to tell you exactly what it is.
Okay.
The Nightwalker. Hold on, before I even speak and give false information. He's connected to necromancy.
He is. From what you'd know from where you grew up, he's not as old as time itself, but he's born at first twilight, when the sun turned its back on the world for the first time.
Got it.
What if it has nothing to do with necromancy, though?
I don't think that's true. I think that they see her and see the power that she wields. The power that she opened herself
I think
up
it's
to.
the temptation, because I dabble in that whole reality as well.
It's a different type
Can
of
I-
magic, is it not?
I'd just like to clarify. I am not interested in doing evil things or going over to
Okay.
them.
Are you the chosen one?
Hold on. You say this. I understand. I am not in the same camp as Iverson. I'm not going to kill you. But
That's good.
I saw
that.
what happened to your eyes when you raised the dead. You were drawn to it immediately. That is a very strong power. And you may have your intentions, but the path of that power is paved with those intentions. And you may think of it now as something that you are just drawn to, and it's just a strong power that has chosen you. But understand why it's choosing you. Because you are open to it. Because you are desperate. And I don't mean that in a disrespectful way.
Taisha, have you considered maybe the reason why I am is because I've never experienced real human connection in my life, that I've always been the disappointment?
Do
I
you not-
understand, if you can let me speak. You all are the first people that I've gotten close to, and I'm not interested in turning my back on you. Thank you for your words of wisdom. I will keep them in mind.
There is a lot of self-absorption that you take on as if you're the only one who has ever been a disappointment or has had connection.
I'm not talking
Let
about...
me speak.
Fern slowly backs away
Let me speak.
out of the towards the window and just puts her hand on the windowsill and sort of looks out.
It is my turn to speak. You are not the only one who has had connection kept from them. You are not the only one who has been a disappointment and who has found solace in this group. But if you're going to welcome in something that we have not been okay with, that's a danger to these people that I now hold dear, that you now hold dear.
I think this is a very intense conversation, right? And I can't help but imagine to some degree that Taisha and Lumira are looking at each other very intensely. I'm going to give Lumira an opportunity to make a history check here.
I'm at this time back away from the window, and I'm going towards the back of the bar area to see if there's any alcohol that I might be able to find. Maybe some ale left behind.
Absolutely, you find some.
And I take a big old swig.
Yep.
17.
Taisha, I'm going to let you roll a deception check here.
6.
If Lumira in this moment were to remember Taisha as a child, what is the face that she would see plastered over yours when you talk about being a disconnected disappointment?
Lumira sees a dejected young girl and her parents, her mother specifically, not her mother, her father specifically, telling her, silence. It is not your time to speak. And you think that when you said what you had said, it had triggered that immediate, I'm going to protect myself this time. I'm going to protect the people that are closest to me.
Lumira, you remember her. I'd say it interrupts like the tension of whatever fight is happening. And I don't know what feeling that brings up in either Lumira or Taisha, but you see the emotional nature of the conversation made you a bit sloppy in keeping your secret shown on your face. And you know that Lumira remembers you.
Malthazar.
Nilo.
It seems as though you can understand me. Probably a little bit more than I can understand myself. I wanted to know why they were looking at me, so I asked them. And that's why I fell back.
I need you to start thinking more. Maybe even communicate with us before, even if it's just Fern. You don't need to trust me.
From my perspective, this is the same as you doing what you are trying to do to understand a situation.
I
Whether that checks
understand.
a perimeter.
I understand. But to open your mind, maybe to invite them inside. Just think about it. Talk to someone before you open yourself up like that.
Fern's leaning on the bar and nodding her head.
That's so funny. As much as I'd love to feel like I need to be communicating everything that I want to do with a party of people who are ultimately going to tell me no, hopefully you can understand that point of view. I think I've got it And I think you've got it, and that you make mistakes, and everyone makes mistakes. So just allow me to make mistakes.
Not when it puts every person here in jeopardy because you are curious. I'm done. Good night.
As you see Taisha say goodnight, you actually start to see the sun paint the sky a little lighter purple. The beginning of sunrise. You look outside, and you truly don't see anything. Thank you so much for listening to Collective Imagination. This podcast is created and distributed by Indie Union Presents and is edited and produced by me, Paco Coulson. Music and sound design courtesy of Monument Studios and creators on Upbeat. All elements are licensed for use by this podcast. Follow us on social media. We have Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok at Our Collective Imagination. That's OUR Collective Imagination. And make sure to join the Silver Knights. Follow us on Patreon. $5 a month gets you access to Dome to Dome, our bi-weekly talkback podcast, as well as much more exclusive content. Again, at Our Collective Imagination. That is OUR Collective Imagination. We hope to see you there.